Good morning, everyone. It's Cobalt, and today we are probably going to be talking about business rules, which is something I created over the weekend. By the way, how was everyone's weekend? I personally avoided people. I think I told you guys, I've been in this mood of just not wanting people at all. No interest in doing a lot of things that are social and just working on the business. I'm still kind of in that zone. I did have a dog visitor this weekend, so that was nice, somebody to cuddle. But yeah, friend asked to go to dinner and thought about it for like the entire day, trying to get the spoons and the just everything in order to be able to do that, and it just sounded literally awful. I was not in a space of, not only did I not want to socialize, but I didn't have any room to listen to other people's issues. Like good or bad. I just don't want that. No, thank you. So yeah, I ended up being like, let's reschedule. Don't know if that'll happen, but at least I honored myself. I have been feeling more introverted, more recluse status. I don't know if I can be considered a recluse since I do still go out frequently. Like, I talk to people at the post office like literally every day. I go outside. I sometimes see the sun. I take vitamin D to help me. Yeah, like I still do things, but I just like, I don't want to go do the fun things that I used to do. Like, I used to go to plays and art galleries and farmers markets, and like, that all sounds awful. I just don't want that in my life right now. So I'm not doing it. And I'm trying not to judge myself too hard for not wanting to do it. It does make for some pretty interesting conversations when I do. Okay, so my therapist has been trying to get me to tell people about this channel. And I don't really think it's the most entertaining channel, since it's really just me talking about my life and me building stuff while struggling with antisocial tendencies. Anyways, I don't think it's that exciting, but yeah, she was like, you got to tell people so they can support you. And I'm just like, ugh. So like I told like a few friends, and they were like, that's cool, and like some of them asked for my channel name. I gave it to like one person. He's been consistently sending me screenshots of myself to me every time he watches a video. That's cool that he's supporting me, but it is very weird. It's a weird experience. I've also had other people send me screenshots of like them watching me on their TV at home. And part of that is kind of cool, but then part of it is like, that just feels really weird. Like I don't think I'm that great. But okay, sure, whatever floats your boat. Okay, yeah. So anyways, I told my parents about this channel, and they're like both in the science field, very different interest and personality than me. Like growing up, I was the black sheep of the family because I was the art kid, and my brother was into science stuff as well, and so they'd be talking at the dinner table about who even knows what. I don't even know those words and what they mean, and they're all into it, nerding out, and I'm just like sitting there like, how did I get here? Like, how did this happen? And I mean, the reality is that I think my artistic side skipped a generation. So like, I know where it came from. It came from my mom's side, my grandmother. So like, her and I were peas in a pod and got along great. And liked art stuff and similar music and things. But yeah, the actual inner family growing up, yeah, just very odd one out. I was definitely a lone wolf, I think, as a contributing factor. And I'm sure there's many instances throughout my life where my parents didn't understand what I was doing or why. So when it comes to reselling, I mean, I understand the hesitation because I've been reselling for like 5 years. And I started during COVID when it was literally the Wild West. You listed it and it sold. So I was actually doing pretty well, pretty decently, making like consistent income for the first maybe year or two. And then it just became this story of me not wanting to give up on a platform that clearly wasn't working. And I don't give up very easily, to my detriment. So, yeah, wow. How did we get here, man? I was going to come on here and talk about how I was struggling to get spoons this weekend, and now I'm just like, let's go down memory lane and my childhood and how the hell I got here. All right, well, that was fun. That was very unexpected. I'm like literally staring at business rules, and I just totally avoided that. Okay, I'll just wrap up the parent thing. So I told them about the channel and like my goals for it. I talked about like the comfort network and the relationships I want to build and how I want to scale this thing. And like I spoke about it in a very convicted way. Like, this is what I'm doing. But yeah, the response is pretty underwhelming. I mean, my dad is usually the one that's like, that's great, honey, even if he doesn't understand, or like he's the one that will throw out like the supporting comment of like, oh, send me the channel, I'm happy to watch a video. I blocked them from that. I was like, you will not find me on the internet because I'm going under a different name. Yeah, I kind of wish I didn't tell them. I just feel like it's like one more thing for them to be like disappointed about. I just put a lot of value of myself into my job title. And even though I was in arts, I was in a category that you can make a little bit of money from. Like when I went to college, I wanted to be like a sculpturist. And my parents were like, you can't make any money doing that. And so then they kind of led me into graphic design, and I did that. I mean, I tried to do it. And I did grow in my career, but yeah, like I said, it just became hard to do. And I think like I held on to it for so long because I felt like my parents were proud of me. And now I'm doing this totally opposite thing that makes me happy, and they don't understand it. I think sales wise, like what do people say? Like the numbers don't lie. Back to like COVID times, I was doing okay for myself, and then the last like three or 4 years could be basically summed up as me trying to fit a square peg in a round hole. Like it wasn't working, and I wasn't giving up, and they were trying to be supportive, and I was also doing it while designing and trying to like mesh what I didn't want to do with what I wanted to do. And anyways, I've landed here where I've just finally closed the door on design. Ironically, people have started reaching out to me for jobs after I literally took my 14-year-old portfolio off the internet. So that's not nice. That just feels like the universe is taunting me, really. I don't know if I'm just in Delulu land, but I just feel like a strong urge to just like bet on myself. I haven't really given it a timeline, but I will say I am very dedicated to doing the things I need to be successful. And I feel like I have the resources to figure it out. Yeah, I don't know. I'm kind of like in this bubble of like risk it for the biscuit. Like, I don't know. I'm just like, whatever. I know that I can pick up work if needed. I know I can pick up design work if needed. I know I can, maybe see more dogs at a lower cost, like, because I do Rover, and I don't know. I just feel like I have the tools to be able to make it work, or at least supplement myself until like I can really make this thing fly. So anyways, let's just transition now that we only have 5 minutes left. I don't know if you guys know, but new accounts, they limit you to 15 minutes. That's why I try and like get it together and then tell you some actionable things. Okay, so this weekend, while I was avoiding people, I decided to make some business rules, and I'm going to probably print these out. Oh, one thing, I don't know if you guys have noticed yet, I got boxes. So I ended up getting like 21 Bankers boxes, or no, the total was like 23 Bankers boxes off Marketplace for $20. And this is 2. I can actually go up to 3. So that's going to give me more storage. And I do actually have another room in my house that I could expand to if I wanted. It used to be an office, but it's empty now. It's like the dog room, basically. There's just like an elliptical in there and a dog bed. But it's like a 11 by 10 foot space. So like if needed, I could grow. What's on the shelf right now, like minus 2 boxes over here, down here, they're actually all full. And I've only been doing this a month because plush is so big. So it's going to help to be able to grow up for February. And then if worse comes to worse, I might have to go into the other room temporarily until the shelves down here are available. Ideally, it would just be in one room. So what do I need to do to make sure it sells and I'm not holding it long is to add in some business rules and promotions to get the things moving. I don't want to hold the items. With books, I would hold them for like a year, and I just don't want to do that with plush. Okay, I'm just going to go down the sheet, and this is the first draft. I'm going to bring this to my mentor in the toy category and see if what he thinks about my markdown strategy and stuff. So I might skip over that right now, but generally speaking, I want to be in a 90-day sell-through. So that means my stock will only exist in my store for 90 days. So pricing and offers. I'm hitting people with an immediate coupon in my shop. And as I said last week with my pricing strategy of being like second from the bottom, like with the coupon, this will actually get me to be the lowest one. But then I look like I'm already willing to give them deals because there's already a coupon on it. So that's actually been working pretty well. So I'm not going to do any offers below 50% off for the first 7 days. And I'm going to stick to my target ASP of $40 or above. So then I have my markdown strategy, which, again, going to discuss this with the mentor, but essentially I have markdowns every 30 days up until my exit rule, which is once I hit 120 days, I'm going to then try to wholesale the items out, hopefully create those relationships with people who will buy my stock at, whatever I bought it for, so I get my money back, or I'll just donate them. Now, my exceptions to all of this is what won't be in a 90-day sell-through is items over $200. Now, if I'm doing a markdown, this item probably started at like a $400 amount if it's still over 200 by day 120. So yeah, I'm willing to hold on to those for up to 6 months. And then my protection with these items is if that $200 item is still there and I'm holding it up to 6 months, I'm going to put a marker on it that's like, you must review the pricing to make sure this is what the market actually wants. For items over 3 feet, I'm going to have a max of 3. Workflow guardrails. All right, so I've decided no death pile this year. Death pile is basically a bunch of stuff in a corner that you haven't gotten around to listing and you don't know what to do with it, or maybe you have to do research on it, whatever. Like, I'm not doing that. I'm just going to have a queue. My queue is going to be a max of 7 days of whatever my listing rule is. So currently it's 5 a day. So I'll have a max of 35 items ready to go for me to list. And then lastly, my sourcing rules are I'm not going to pick up items that need repairs, that have missing parts, or need cleaning. So that is what I have for my business rules. Again, draft 1. So let me know if I missed anything in the comments. I don't know if you guys do business rules. I know a lot of you are probably resellers. But yeah, I'm wanting to grow. I'm wanting to get out of the cycle of trying to get validation from people, aka parents. I'm sure there's a lot of you out there that feel similar. So work in progress. All right, that's it for Monday. See you guys tomorrow.